videoing in progress. So, we're going to talk about it. We're going to plot these points. We're going to check it. We're going to make sure. Because like I said, I didn't work this out. I told you guys to do it. So, it says a regular polygon. So, definition, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It's hard to see. Definition of a regular polygon, if you guys will remember from last year and the year before, and we just kind of touched on it last year because that's when we were in remote learning. The definition of a regular polygon means that all sides are congruent, meaning they're all the same distance apart on the coordinate plane. So we're going to do M. It's 1 and 5, so I go over 1 and I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's M. And that looks like an N, but it's an M. Okay, the next one says 4, 9. So I go over 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? And I label it as N. Then I have P's. 9, 9. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I go up 9, which I know is right there because that one was at 9. So I label it P. The next one is Q, which is 12, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? That is Q. Now I have R. So R is 9, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up 1. That is R. And then S is 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, and I have S. Now I must connect the dots. Hence the reason we did our coordinate graphing before this. So we would know how to connect our dots with our straight edge. So Trevin, once again, what's a regular polygon?
All the sides are the same.
All the sides are the same. So how I count these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes.
Right? And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 5. You go over and up. Okay? So those are 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So my perimeter here is
30 units.
how many?
30 units.
It is 30 units because each one is worth 5 units, and there are 6 sides. So 5 units times 6 gives me a perimeter of 30 units. Now for that one we had to kind of know that it was a regular polygon to be able to calculate that accordingly. Questions, comments, concerns on that one? Okay, here we go. So I had to try another one. Had to try one for area, right? Area is squarea. So it says the vertices of a polygon are X, Y, and Z. So I only have 3 vertices. What is this polygon? Braden?
Triangle.
It's a triangle. So I would write triangle. That's what I forgot to do over here. Sorry. Going back. Hexagon. We had to name it. And then we had to determine it. So this one is a triangle. So those of you that tried it, please stand. Be careful where you stand. Okay? Turn and talk on those sides of the deal. So Trevor, you can talk to me. Try the other one. You want to finish that one? You got 36 what?
Units.
How'd you get it?
So I thought this was 9, 8, like this is this, 2, and I divided it by 2, 3, 16.
Those are square roots. The square root of 144 is, because 12 times 12 equals 144. So 12 squared is 144.
Oh, yeah, I
Therefore,
realized that.
square root is just the opposite of squaring a number. They're perfect squares.
I realized that last week. I like looked at it.
Last week? Yeah, it's been up there for 3 years. The whole time you guys have had me. You realized it last week? I'm just kidding. Okay, so going around the room, Trevin told me he got 36 units squared. Braden, what'd you get?
36 units squared.
24 units squared. 24 units squared.
70 units. I don't know.
You said 72? Did you divide by 2? Did you do 1/2 base times height? Okay. It's going back to our notes on area and perimeter. Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit. So we said it's a triangle. We know our formula for triangles in order to find the area is 1/2 the base times the height, correct? Okay, so I have to be sure I half it. But we're going to plot the points. Okay, so we have x is at 3, 4. So it's going to be in the first quadrant. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is point x.
So it's X, Y, Z, right?
Yes. So then I have y, which is 5, negative 5. So it's going to be in the fourth quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I have z, which is going to be in the third quadrant because it's negative, negative. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And of course, I'm going to play connect the dots. I need to label those other 2 points. Loop. And loop. Okay. So x, y, z. So what is the distance from y to z? Because that's when I can just count, right? What is it? I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it's 8 units. Is that my base? Right? That's my base. That's what it's sitting on. What does height have to make? What does height have to make?
A 90-degree angle.
Has to make a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to come down here from point X. And guess what? That is going to be my height. Because it has to make a 90-degree angle, right? So I'm going to count up. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my height is 9 units. Some of you were trying to count these and all that. You didn't need it this time, right? Didn't need it. So my height was 9 units. So 8 units times 9 units gives me, so that's my base times my height. And I need to do that divided by 2. So base times height, Aiden.
The base times height is 72.
72, and 72 divided by 2 gives me what, Braden?
36 units squared.
36 units squared.
I coded it wrong somewhere.
Questions, comments, concerns? Yes, sir.
What's called? Can you also do the height outside of the triangle?
You could do the height outside of the triangle if you needed to, yes. Okay, you could. Since you were looking for height, height is vertical, right? So I could have just taken the absolute value of the y coordinate for either one of these two because they're the same, right? And then the absolute value of the y coordinate for x, for point x, which is kind of, sounds counterintuitive, but if I took those absolute values, I could find the distance of that, which would be 9 units because remember I would add. Okay, so for example, y is a negative 5, so absolute value of negative 5 is 5, right? And x has 4 there. Absolute value of 4 is
4 more.
So what is 5 plus 4?
9.
9. So that's how I found my height, using my distance formula on the coordinate grid. Okay, just another way you can do it. You don't have to do it that way, especially if you're plotting points. You can count them. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns on that so far?
I plotted it wrong.
Plotted it wrong? Okay, well, now, I mean, if you can, I would correct my error
I do.
and go from there. Okay, so, really quickly, I want you guys to turn and talk to a partner or partners about what it is that you took away from taking those notes. Okay, so what did you learn what was your takeaway from those notes? Go ahead and turn and talk, please. You can talk to